What's up, guys? It is February 26th, I think. I'm not sure. I don't really pay attention to the dates. I just kind of go by my agenda book. Hopefully I don't miss anything. But it is Sunday. I think it's February 26th. Today I'm going to go through a couple of different recovery methods that I'm using, that I've used for a while, that I've talked about on social media and forums and all that good stuff. But I'm going to try to get a little bit of video from each, so you guys have a better idea of what they actually entail. So right now I'm headed to my gym to do some steady state cardio, and I have a client to train and a couple people to talk to. Got through with some article writing stuff this morning. I don't have it finished, but I did some of it. I recorded a podcast, so lots of good stuff. And after I'm done at the gym, I will be heading first to cryotherapy and then to flotation therapy. The cryotherapy only takes a few minutes, and the flotation therapy is actually like 5 minutes away from that, which is really, really nice. I don't live close to anything. They're about 35 minutes away, but luckily they're both really close together, so I can knock it both out at the same time. I'll go do cryo and then do the flotation after that, which is about 60 minutes. And then I will head back home. But it's just been a stressful week. Every week's pretty stressful. This week, just some extra stuff added on, and I know that I need these extra recovery items, tools, variables, I guess you could say, to help me. So I have sessions built up with both. I use them as much as I can and as needed when I'm able to travel there. So we'll go through those things once I get there, and hope you guys enjoy the video. Guys, we're at Ohio Cryo in Dublin, and I'm here with, what was your name?
Zach.
Zach, okay. I just want to tell you a little bit about what's going on here. So what kind of gases is this chamber going to give me here?
Yeah, so we use nitrogen. You can see these tanks over here, and it courses in here, and it comes out as a liquid, goes in as a gas, and it just permeates as you're in there for the 3-minute period. Okay, so I always go on level 3. I think you guys have, what, 3 levels, right? Yes.
Okay, so what's the difference in the temperatures?
So there is a slight difference. It's not all that much. I think level 1 is a little bit more of a difference from 2 and 3. 2 and 3 is about a 10-20 degree difference.
Okay, what is the temperature on level 3?
At level 3, you're going to be right around negative 300 degrees Fahrenheit.
Okay, there you go. So negative 300. And the biggest thing here is, you know, I've talked about like hot cold shower therapy. This is a dry gas, so that's why you are able to go so low in temperature and not, you know, freeze to death, basically. So, for you guys that haven't done it, we'll have hats and, socks, gloves, just to make sure that your extremities are protected. Want to make sure that you're not like wet or anything when you come in. I think those are the main guidelines they gave me. Yeah. Originally.
And like you were saying, the cool thing about it is that you get out of there and you're not wet. You know, this versus an ice bath, you might have, you know, moisture on your skin after that. It takes forever to warm up, but as you can probably attest, you're 30 seconds out of here, you're going back to normal.
I know when I come in, normally I'm warmer. I'm normally warmer. I think just because internal temperature heats up, like your skin's cold to the touch, but your internal temperature heats up so much. Usually you try to warm up. I normally start sweating within 5 or 10 minutes when I'm done.
Yeah,
which is kind of cool, because I know some of the studies I saw talked about increase the metabolic rate. So just from trying to compensate temperature wise. So pretty cool. And that's it for the cryotherapy, and I will talk to you guys at the float tank. Guys, I am at the flotation spa. I am about to do a 60-minute float. Pretty simple procedure. You just make sure that you get your earplugs in. I have a set of earplugs. You don't have to use them. I like them. Just keeps the water out of my ears. There's a neck pad that I put around my neck, and then over here we'll actually shut all the lights out and then get in the pod. This is the pod. It's
pretty warm in here today. It's kind of humid outside. So I will get that done. It'll be 60 minutes. They play music for the first 10. I think it's about 10. And then music goes out. There's no lights. I do it completely dark with the lid mostly shut. I just keep it cracked just because it's so damn hot. So I'm gonna finish getting naked and just figured I'd tell you guys since you're all a bunch of perverts. And we'll be ready to go. Well, I am out of the float pod and I'm sucking on some coconut mint oxygen.
Hey guys, on my way back home, almost there. Out of civilization now, officially out in BFE. Float went really good. I always forget about cuts and stuff when I get in. I think I wiped my butt too hard this morning and it was a little raw and that burned like hell. That makes me jump out of the damn tank every time. It's brutal. But other than that, the float went really good. I settled in after a bit, kind of went numb. But I mean, I think I was probably out of it about 3/4 of the float. As far as, you know, what you get from these sessions, cryotherapy, obviously, main thing is inflammation control, whole body inflammation. I mean, makes your joints feel great. That's gonna be the main thing. There's some indirect benefits that literature might point towards. I don't know how solid the evidence is on those things. I'd have to go back and look on that, but you know, things like temporarily boosting metabolic rate, enhancing sleep. It definitely does improve circulation. If you look at what happens from, you know, vasoconstriction to vasodilation, just from the extreme temperature change very quickly, you can pretty much assume that there's going to be some huge shift in, you know, in circulation. So that is a benefit, no doubt. And then I would say that it provides some stress relief just because it's, you know, it's taking physical stress off your body. And then you go into the float, which is more of a psychological stress. So with the float, you do get the benefit of basically being decompressed for an hour. I mean, it's about the closest thing you're gonna get to being weightless, just because, you know, you are floating. I mean, you still have water pushing up against you. You have to have something that's gonna, you know, hold you up in the water. So obviously there's some force there, but it's relatively close to being weightless. I mean, it's about the closest thing. Kind of think about maybe floating out in the middle of a large body of water, like an ocean or lake or something, in the middle of the night and it's pitch black and there's no sound, you know, compared to that. So normally with that, I feel like kind of detach after I get in. So it takes me a minute to kind of wind my thoughts down. And once I can detach, there's a really good period there where you're just gone. I mean, the floating period, basically. It's hard to explain without actually doing it, but I could compare it to getting 4 to 6 hours of sleep. I mean, it's pretty incredible, and it sticks with me for several days, a week, you know. So it's kind of cool because there are some effects to hormones, neurotransmitters, things like that are really beneficial. So you feel elated when you're done, or elevated, I should say. Elevated, but not, you know, not stimulated, just elevated and calm at the same time. I mean, it's everything feels very balanced. And then, you know, you're getting that stress relief, you're getting that extra sleep benefit. You're also getting the benefit of the actual salts in the tank. I mean, decompression is great for your joints. It definitely feels good. And doing the cryo and the float back to back was really awesome in that regard. So you do have that benefit. And you know, the Epsom salts, obviously, it's like thinking taking an Epsom salt bath. It's gonna give you some benefit there as well. So, you know, you have those things going on. I know I didn't dive into the exact science of how these things work, but I just wanted to give you guys an idea of what was actually happening, you know, benefit-wise when you're in the tank, when you're in the cryogenic chamber, you know, what the benefits were. I think that, keep in mind, you know, when you're doing these things, it's giving you the extra edge. And for me, it's vastly beneficial, just because my stress can get away from me very easily just with workload, basically, and just the amount of stuff I have to remember. And so these things are definitely beneficial to me, and I think they can be beneficial to anyone, especially floating. I think cryotherapy too is kind of a little more specific, though it's definitely beneficial and it makes me feel great, so I like to do it. And that's pretty much it for today, guys. If you have any specific questions about do's and don'ts of cryo or of floating, or if it is good for you, if it's worth you doing, you know, just feel free to ask, and I'll get this all edited and posted up for you guys. I appreciate you watching, and have a good night.